Need this out of here. So you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and make a camera because I don't want to deal with this. Here's another thing you can do. You can now set up a camera. So let's set up a camera. We'll go to camera. There it is. And then you have to go up to your scene right here. Usually you want to make sure that's on display all. You click on that and then you go to peg. And that's putting a peg on top of your camera. So now you can see where it is. And then it shows you where your camera is. And I can't seem to find it right now. There it is. Okay, so there it is. It's there. That's it. All right, so let's zoom in here a little bit. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. So I see a lot of my drawing in here and a lot of layers. So as you can see, those are the layers. We're going to kind of deal with this one right here. This is my drawing layer. Okay, so I haven't really done anything with that. I drew a little something, but we're going to get rid of it now. And I have a clean slate. So here we go. So clean slate. Yeah. So like I was saying, before I kick this over the wrong way, is basically if you if you take your cell phone and you film someone walking down the street that you don't know who they are and you don't make it look weird, you can film them and you'll notice that every time they walk, they will about maybe 16 to 18 frames, if you can convert that, it will take them that long, and this is just one stride, so, or one step actually. So you've got, so this is like called your contact position, and then when that foot plants itself, it is called the passing position right here, and then that leg goes over and then it makes that other leg flip out, and that's just one step with one leg right there. And that one step is going to be probably between 16 to 18 frames depending on how fast these people are walking. So if you add that up, it's usually about 32 frames for a complete stride where you have one foot going in front of the other, planting, then the other foot goes over and plants. So that's a complete cycle that you can do, and that's what we're going to do today right now, is show you how to set that up. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to do this very simple. There's his head, and I'm just going to come up with a walk stride. So we're going to put him in what's called the contact position. Usually you want to have his legs, this is the part where he's got his legs fully stretched out as he's walking, okay? Another thing you might want to do at the beginning of this is to make another layer, and we'll just make a little line here. This is just your kind of a line to kind of keep your character on the ground. Leave that there. And I can turn this off when I don't need it. But basically, I just want this here. And I'm going to just label this as a walk. And yeah, so there we go. So that's my first drawing of his leg out. And now I'm just going to do the opposite leg. And in this case, I'm just kind of putting his toe on the ground like this. And I'm making his leg go out like that. And this is where things get a little complicated because you notice one leg is kind of in front of the other, and you got to kind of pick that one and decide which is the front and which is the back. So I'm just going to go like this, and so now it's a little bit more easy to see. Okay, so usually what I do is I have my students just get to this point, and we're going to call this key number 1. Okay, or you can call it walk 1 or whatever, but basically that's the first one, and this is what's known as, I'm just going to write this over here, this is your contact position. and you have 2 contact positions in every walk. So it's just the opposite of this one. So you can actually copy this one by doing this. Boink. Let's try that again. Wrong. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, there it is. We copy it, and we're going to just paste it, and we're actually going to put this on a different number, which is going to be number, what is it? What's it? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So we want to be way out here. Number 9, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So the thing about this is I just copied this, but now I'm just going to switch the legs, and by doing this and erasing this one here. All right, so basically that's going to be 1, and that one, let me make sure. Let's see, so that's K1, that's the one like this, and then we're going to go to, we got 3, we got 5, we got 7, and we got 9. And so, yeah, so 9 is going to be the opposite of this one, which is what we have here. So this is going to be K9. And the reason I'm doing this, these are all your key drawings. So, so this is a contact position, and this is also the other contact position. This all gets, this is all going to make sense later on. But the main thing is you're just drawing 2 drawings every time you put down a key. You're drawing 2 of the opposites using their legs and their arms. But right now, let's just do the legs. So there he is. Now, like I said number 5 right here. That's going to be called the passing position. Okay, and so that's going to be right over here. We're just going to call that like number frame 5. We're going to make some room for that one. We also have this interesting little thing called onion skin. You can click that, and you can bring this out, so now you can kind of see through the different layers. It's not that exciting right now, but it will be in a little bit. So now we're just trying to figure out where his he plants 1 foot here, and what happens is that foot has to go back. Yeah, so this foot right in here is going that direction, right? Because it plants on the ground. So this is called the passing position. So we're going to just put this like this, like that. And let me make sure I got this right. This is, yeah, so as you can see, this leg is behind this, so we have to kind of remember that, okay, if it's behind, the other leg is what's in front. So that's going to look something like this. So let's just kind of put that in here. So to me, when the passing position always looks like kind of like a 4 shape. It looks like if it was walking this direction, it would look like this. It kind of looks like that, like you have 1 foot here and then the other foot like that. It's the opposite. It's a backwards 4, something like that. Anyway, it's a minor thing to talk about, but it does exist. So anyway, all right, that's it. That's your passing position right there. So we're just roughing this in. So basically, your foot is going to go there, and then it's going to go like that. Okay. Now, when it does that, little things happen here. Your body, your torso, basically here, I'll select him, is going to change too, because it's attached to your legs. So when your legs are far apart, your body goes down. Oops. And when your body, if your legs are closer, that'll go up. So so I'm just gonna plop the torso there, and I'm just gonna inch it up a little bit more than it should be, because I want to get kind of a bouncing effect with my walk, because I don't want it to just walk just straight. I want it to kind of bounce up and down a little bit, just to exaggerate a little bit. So that's it. He's going up a little bit, and then he's going to go back. Okay, so that is basically my passing position. And again, you have another passing position. Then this is where we have to do some more math here. So we've got 11. That's that one. There's 13. So that's going to be the other passing position. So that's the second one right there. So what you can do is you can take 19, number 3. This is K3 now. Sorry, no, it's not. It's K5. Sorry. I know, someone in the chat just told me, no, that's K5. Thank you for saying that, even though you're not there. But, okay, so there it is. And now what we'll do is we'll just take this whole guy, we'll copy him, and we'll put him where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be on frame 13, I guess. Yeah, so we'll just put him right here. And this is where we're going to actually change the legs, right? Because we don't want the leg in front now. Now that leg's actually going to be in the back. So we're going to actually, this leg here is in the front, and this one in the back is now in the back. So that's what that looks like right there. Okay. And it's the same height and everything. So there you go. All right. Any questions so far? Just go ahead and put them in the chat room. It's a nice chat room. We just put some carpeting down, and yeah, it's really good. Okay, so you say to yourself, well, that's great. Yeah, so I made a walk. There it is. He's walking along. There it is. That's amazing. Okay, but actually we need some more stuff, right? Yeah, we do. We need to actually make a couple more things in here. Let me just connect that a little. Whoops, that'd be good if you got out of eraser. Let's do that. Here we go. There we go. And then we'll do this one here like that. All right, so we've got 1, we've got 5, we've got 9, and we've got 13. And that's basically your contact positions and your passing positions. And we're almost done. So we need to put some up and down positions. Now, like I said, the passing position, this is a very simple walk. There's not a lot of character in this walk. Now, if I wanted to put more character in here, I would do something with these passing positions. I'd change the legs around. I'd make the legs different. You know, there's a whole thing. If you go look in the Richard Williams animation book, there's a whole bunch of stuff like that in there. It just goes on with all different kinds of walks based on that. So we're just doing a real vanilla kind of walk here. And now we're going to actually come up with the up and down positions. All right. So that looks like something like this. So let's just, let's select these frames here. We'll delete them. There we go. And we'll put that onion skin on. Now you can see kind of what's happening here. So that foot in front plants on the ground, and when it does, the body actually goes down. So this is actually number 3, K3, right here. This is known as the down position. This is where the foot that is planted on the heel there, this is what starts to go back, like in here, and it actually bends the leg because it's the weight of the body is coming down, and that foot is planted on the ground, and this is where it gets a little tricky. You have to kind of get more in between the positions, because you are going to have in between drawings between the drawings I'm doing right now. So see, I'm just adjusting my drawing here. So the foot is actually going to go back, and the legs are actually going to bend. So let me just redo that bendy part of the leg here. And when the legs go down, the body will go down. So that's the first thing for the first leg That's what's happening. So the back leg is actually starting to leave the ground, and it's also kind of stretching out more like this. So let me see if I can grab him a little bit more, and we'll move him a little more this way, because that foot still has to move. The thing about walk cycles is that every foot has to move. It can't be like one foot waits for the other to show up and then it moves. And that's a common thing that happens in student animation all the time. Let me just get my line out here, and we'll just make him a little longer like that so we can see kind of where his feet are. And there's his foot. Okay, so let's, mainly that toe needs to go down somewhere in here. And like I said, he's got his foot almost, it's bent too, right? So it's bent in the back as well. And when it does that, it bends the body down. So let's just grab that whole body from our first key. We'll copy it. We'll take it over to this key here. We'll turn off our onion skin. We'll paste it. And remember, this is the lowest point of the walk. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that this is going down like that. Move them over a little there. All right. And that's it. Let me just move some of this stuff like that. So now you can see how when the foot plants, the body goes down, you see? And then as he starts to kind of move his foot coming, it's going backwards, and the other foot is going forwards. So here's a little thing that's happening right here. You can see how that's the back. So the front leg is there, and it's on the other side of the body, but then I kind of reversed it, you see. See, that's a problem right there. So that's where I have to go back and just adjust the right side here to make sure that we're seeing the right, the right leg. The correct leg is going that direction, okay? So now it makes more sense. Again, the volumes are shifting around for all you, professional animators that are critiquing me and laughing at me right now. I get it, but that's how they learn, right? Yeah, so anyway, this is just very rough, but see, you can see now what's happening is that back leg now is moving forward, and it's going to go forward like that. All right, so we've got this one, we got that one, and this is where we're going to add a little something here. So my first drawing here is number 1, and then this is number 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take number 1, and I'm going to add 2 more frames to it, because eventually I'll have a number 2, and that's where it's going to go. So here's number 3. I don't have a number 4, but I have a number 5. So the same thing. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 drawings. So I have drawing 3. I've got drawing 4 that will be there, and then there's drawing 5. So let's move drawing 5 over a little bit. There we go, and we'll get this taken care of. So there's number 3 going down. There's number 5 going up, and then we're going right to, right to this one. Yeah. So we need to get the up position now, and the up position is known as this one here. So see here, I've got, so the 3 is the down position, and and I have to go back and do the opposite of this. Okay, so that's going to be number 15. Is that right? No. So this is the second, number 9 is the second contact drawing right here, which is that one that you're looking at right there. There it is. And then the down position would be number 11. So I have to do number 11 now, right? I have to do number 11. Okay, so that's easy. What I do is I go to number 3. I take number 3 and making sure I just select everything like this. And then I will Control C to copy it. I will now go to the frame in question, Your Honor, which is here number 11. So this is actually this is in the wrong place. So this is 5. We got to do 7. We got to do 9. We have 9. Now we're going to do 11. Okay, so let's just put 11 in there. Doink. And we'll paste them in there. Doink. And what do we have to do? We have to switch their legs and their arms if you have arms. So let's just do the legs for now. And this is what a lot of students forget to do. And that's when everything gets wonky. But, hey, it's okay to learn, make mistakes. You'll learn from them, right? So there we go. There it is. So that is the opposite of this. This is the opposite of that. This is number 3. This is now, I've got an eraser. Okay, so this is actually number 11, right? Yes. Let's see. Yes. So that means the up position now is 15, and the up position is number 7, right? Okay, so that's what we have to do. So we have 3, we have 5, and now we do have 9. So we're going to replace, we're going to get number 7 in there. So let's do that now. So this is 3 and 4. So we have 5, and let's make 6 by just adding 2 more frames. And now we're going to go into this. We're going to get rid of this one, and we're going to add it. We're going to make number 7 here. So we'll delete this. Do you see what's happening here? Here's 1, here's 3, here's 5, we're going to do 7, and it's going to go to 9. So let's turn on our onion skin. There it is. We might have to make this a little smaller so you can see what's happening here. There we go. All right, so now we're just making that thing. This is the highest point. This is the up position. So this is known as number 7, which is the up position, right? There it is. See, I say that. Okay, so this is where your foot that was, you're straight up and down, right? Now this back foot is starting to go this direction, and it's going kind of, out up like that, and the other foot that is starting to come across the passing position is now at the highest point. It's kind of way up here, somewhere in here, and it's kind of like that. All right, and what happens to our body? That's the body. Your torso is on top of the legs, so if the legs are going up, that's right, your torso will go up. So let's make that the highest point on this guy. So let's grab his whole torso. We'll make a copy, Control C. You can do Command C if you're using a Mac. We'll go to there we are, number 7. We'll paste it. And this time we'll up him. We'll make him go up a little bit higher. Just a little bit more that direction. Okay. So, yeah, he's going pretty high up there. So maybe we need to just adjust this a little bit. We'll make this a little lower. But he has to be the highest. He's got to be pretty high up there. So this is one of those tweaky bits where you can go do this all day long and try to figure it out. You might even have to go back to the number 5 and the other one and make that smaller, Maybe if this is the passing position, you don't want to mess. Yeah, that's the one you want to mess with. So you might want to just make that a little bit. Am I in the wrong one? I'm in the wrong one. No, That's the passing position. The passing position's kind of, yeah, so let's just make him go down a little bit. That much. All right, so now we have to, now we're in trouble. Now we gotta, I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna go to my next passing position over here and just make sure that I delete this one and paste this one because I copied it, so it should be in the right place. All right, so now we're there. Okay, so there's 7. Yeah, you can see that going up. So let's just kind of connect his lines here. Again, you know, this is number 7, which is also number 15. So again, there's this, his back leg is, the bending leg is towards us. So the bending leg here, we have to kind of connect his butt. So there we go. We make that leg like that. And now we can actually see that's what it looks like. Okay. So now let's highlight this whole guy just so we don't have to redraw him all the time. And we'll go right to number 15. So this is number 9. This is, what is this? This is the second passing position, which is known as 13. I should probably write that down. Okay, 13. And so we want to go to 15. So let's just go ahead and put him in the right spot here. And we'll paste him. There he is. And we'll call him 15. Right? And that's the up position. And I got to get that foot. There we go. All right. And we're just going to take that other one and switch the lines here. Very important to switch the lines like that, so they're not the same, right? All right, so they will look like this now, right? Very important right there. That's a big concept that people completely forget. Okay, so there's, what do we got? We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, sorry, we got 5, we got 7, we got 9. Hey, there's a whole step right there. So let's make these, give these a 1, 2, 3. So we have 7, we have 8, we have 9. Let's just go back. Let's go forward a couple. We'll make 10. Then we got 11. And then we have 9 again, but that's not what we want. We want 13. So let's delete this one. And let's make this one 11. So we got 2 frames of 11. And then we'll add 2 more for number 12, which isn't here yet. 1, 2. And then we have number 13. And we'll make that, we'll just bring that this way a little bit. There we go. We got 13. And now we have 4 frames of number 13 because it's 2 frames of 13. There's missing 14, 2 frames of that. And then we have 15 right here. And we'll go 2 for 15, 2 frames for 15, everybody. And then 2 more frames for 16. And that, my friends, is your walk cycle right there. And it's a little clunky right now. Let me turn off my little thing here. But I'll play it at speed and you can see kind of what's happening here. This is going to be a little choppy, but that's because you're watching is called a pose test. You see? Let's just make it cycle. This is called a pose test. That's why it's kind of jumpy like that. What you're seeing is you're not seeing all the frames. You're just seeing your key positions there. And you're missing 8 drawings right now. Each one of these positions has 1 drawing in between. And that's what smooths out this walk. Okay? So what I have everyone do in the class is get to this point, because I want to make sure that everybody has a character that has legs and a feet, and when they move it the correct way, it feels like it's walking. And it's going up and down. It might not have arms yet, but that's okay because, you know, we're going to work towards that. All right. So now what I would do is I just go back and start roughing in those arms. Now the arms are, that's another thing you got to think about here. And so now I'm just going to go up here and I'm just going to do the arms, but I'm just going to do them on a separate layer just for demo purposes, because I want you to see, you know, what I do. And I'm going to get this ready for tomorrow and everything. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I have my own thoughts on that. So, okay, so basically your arms work the counter balance your steps. So a lot of people, what happens is they do this a lot. They'll put the leg that's going forward, they'll put on the same side of the body, they'll put the arm like that. And that's wrong because as you can see, try to walk like that. I can't really do it in a demo here, but if you're at home, you can do it. You know, but basically, you want this arm to actually be on the opposite side of your body. You know, when it comes to when the foot is in front, the other arm here is in the back. Okay. So yeah, so that's what you want to do. So it's kind of counterbalances your thing. So anyway, so there's your arms. Just kind of give you a thing like that. And so yeah, the same thing with the arms. You would just kind of grab these things and copy and paste them and put them in the right spots. So let's do that right now. We'll just copy this one and we'll put it on the next contact position, which I believe is over here. So let's do that now. Uh-oh, the police are coming. I better hurry. I gotta get out of here. So this is where it gets a little tricky. You have to kind of remember that you have to switch the arms. So in this case, we're gonna erase this line here. We're gonna add a little bit more of that shoulder in here. Okay, so now, yeah, it works pretty good. Okay, so that's basically it for that. The counterbalance here, this is where the, oh, see, I have a whole bunch of these. That's why it's, yeah, it's supposed to be 32. Okay, I'll get that fixed. So here's the opposite of this one would be this. So let's just delete that frame and we'll put on our onion skin. And this is where that front arm is going backwards as the leg is going forwards. So you might want to just put it somewhere in here, indicate that like it's something like this. Of course, the back arm there is on the other side of the body, so you can't really see it. So there you go. So let's move this over here to minus that one. We'll add a couple more drawings of this one. And remember, that's the opposite. So this frame here of this arm will probably be the same as the other one. So we'll copy this and we'll put it onto this one here, number 13. All right, so we'll make sure we're in the right spot and we'll paste it, and there it is. All right, so the arm's a little bit more easier to deal with. Right now it's on a different layer. It's not on the right layer that I want. So there you go, that's 7. That's the up position. We haven't really gone into that yet. We haven't gone into the down position yet. That's what you're seeing right there. So now what I'll do is I'll put those drawings in. Since I have this one already up and I've got that one, let's just put the down position. Again, the body is moving down, so the arms are attached to the body, so that's what's going down too. All right, so maybe what we'll do is we'll just kind of grab the This is correct. This is not correct. So this is what I have to do with this one, is just to adjust this one by doing this. Now it should work unless I did something weird. I did something weird. Yes, I did. Okay, so sometimes this occurs if you don't do this. Like, this is a perfect example of the arms are the same. Now, why are they the same? Well, because when I was doing this, I somehow copied number 1 on the timeline, and I pasted it right here. And when I changed the second one, it changed the first one. So this is what you have to do sometimes. Let's get out of this one. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. Whoa! Hold on. It's okay. It happens. This is a good way of introducing this. All right. So here's my arms. Right? I'm in my timeline. You notice this red line right here is selected. Now, if you don't have that selected, you can go up here to your edit preferences, and when you open this up, you want to make sure that right here it says focus on mouse enter, it's clicked, right? So that's what allows you to, like, when I go over, pop over here, it turns red. It says everything over here, you're going to do something. If I pop over here, it says the timeline is affected. So somehow I must have been in here, but then I went over here and did something else, like on the keyboard or something. Anyway, this is how you fix that. So I'm in the timeline there. I don't want to be in the timeline and copy this one and put it there. I'll run into that problem. So go over here, and I'm going to highlight my arms like that. Okay, I'm still over in that. I'm going to copy and paste. Now I'm going to go over to my correct one here, and I'm going to keep my cursor in this stage area, and now I'm going to Control V or paste it. And yes, it's the same drawing, but now look what happens. I will now adjust this drawing by erasing my arm here, because it's supposed to be behind him, and here his arm is actually supposed to be in front of him. Whoops, did I do that again too? Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm doing the reverse here. Look at me. Okay, so notice I was just trying to fix this. Of course, this back arm is on the same side of the body as the leg, right? That if you walk like that, you're a very odd person. So yeah, so here what we'll do this. This is easy. We still have this in control. We actually need to do it like this, because we have to offset those arms, right? So let's do it like this. So see, now the side that's facing us is this arm, and there's the leg, and they're the opposite. And the on the other side of the body is the arm and the leg. That's correct. And see, now this is wrong, because this arm is sticking straight out, this leg's sticking straight out. So we need to adjust that. So let's just adjust this line like so, and we'll just add a little shoulder like in here. And now it works. You see, now that makes sense, okay? And that's a common thing that happens. Look, it happened to me just now. So don't feel bad. That's a common thing that happens, and that goofs up your animation, because you got this arm, it's going backwards as the other one's going forwards, and you don't want it to be reversed. So there it is. That's correct. So let's add a little couple drawings to that, and then remember that this one, number 9, is the same as is the contact position of number 1, which is there. So we already have that taken care of. We just have to get that's number 9 and 10. This is 11 and 12. Let's just move him back down our timeline to there. And now you can see how it's going like that. So we still aren't done yet. We still got to put those up and down ones. So let's do that now. Here's our up drawing, and we don't have the right arms. So let's put the right arms in here. Whoops. Let's just go to that timeline here. We'll just select it. We'll take it out. And now think of those arms. So the front arm is going backwards and it's going to wind up here. So let's turn on our onion skin so you can actually see where it's going, and you'll do what's called in between. Now remember, this is your up moment, so you might want to just grab, just kind of animate where you think those arms kind of are going to be, like that. Of course, it's probably going to be on the other side of the body somewhere in here, so you just might see just a little bit of that. So let's just move this stuff. Remember, his arms are all going up, so we're going to move his arms up a little bit more, like this. And that's the other thing. You want to make sure that your arms are doing that. They're not like, you know, dragging on the ground when they do that. So there's the up position. So let's give us, so that's number 7. And then we'll put 8, 2 more of that. And then we'll go back here. We'll reduce that by just taking the minus key to bring it back. And now we're done, almost done. We just have to grab number 7 arms, which is here. We'll grab those arms, we'll copy them, we'll put them over here on number 15, because they're on the up position, so they're going to match. So now we got to fix this one. Now, all right, so I'm going to erase this, because now that arm's on the other side of the body, right? Looks something like that. And so now my other arm that I see is about here, and you can see where the shoulder is. It's like in here somewhere, right? Something like that. So now, yeah, it worked. Okay, so see, they look similar. They're just switched. The arms are switched. That's what they should be doing. All right, so let's put some more drawings here. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, I have a 32 frame cycle. It ends at 32. Oops, that's right, yeah. And so let's just play it so you can see what it looks like. All right, here we go. So there is with the arms and the legs. And that's what a pose test looks like for your animation. That's an animation pose test right there. Okay. Now, you notice that I have on my timeline, I have, you know, like I said, this is 4 frames of number 1, 4 more frames for number 3, and 5, and 7. So this is all on 4s, basically. And that's because now what I'll do is I would just go in and I'd start to do the in-between drawings. And so this is what that would look like. I'm just going to do 1. So if I take out this one, like that, and I have to go to the other one too, because I have it on a different layer, but usually I would just have it on 1 layer, make 1 drawing there. I'm just doing it for demo purposes, so it looks like that. All right, so if I put on my onion skin, you can actually see where my legs are going, where my body's going, things like that. So let's just grab the body here. We'll just grab this one here. Where's my body? That's my arms. So I'm going to go down here. Just grab this torso with the head. I'm going to make a copy of that. And now I'm going to go over to my blank frame where my body is, and I'm going to paste it. And you see it's at the top there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here, get that kind of, this symbol means the move tool. and I'm just using my arrow key to move him down. See, I'm splitting it in half there, like that. So basically what he's doing right now is he's going up and down. So if you can see, let me see if I can just add one drawing here, and I'll back it up like this. And now when I flip back and forth, you can see how the body, whoops, starts to go down. See? So that's just the body going down because the legs, it's straight out and then they bend. So we need to add that in-between drawing. So here it is. We did the torso already. Now we just got to get those in-betweens. Now the foot is on the heel. And the heel, you don't want to have the heel right here. You don't want your foot to just go flat like that because it's not moving. Your foot has to move back, right? It has to move back. So if I grab this one, just to show you, you want to ideally think of it as the foot plants on the heel in the front one, and then when it starts to go, it starts to move back immediately. So it kind of all connects like that. And if you see this, you can see what I'm talking about. So it's doing this kind of thing. It's planting on the ground. Doggone it. Here we go. It plants on the ground, but it moves back like that. See, and that's what you want it to do. You don't want it to just a plant here and then not do anything. You want it to go backwards. And if you need to go farther back, you can. But you know, maybe we'll just do it a little bit more this way. There we go. All right, and then, like I said, this is your in-between. So, like, if this is his leg there and that's the back of his leg there, you want to kind of find that midpoint between the two and kind of do this. You're slightly bending him there. And again, that torso, that back leg, you notice how it's the red here is in the past. Green is the future on this. So I'm just going to put those two in-between drawings there. I'm going to put that foot kind of in between the two other shapes of the foot. Bring it up a little bit like that, up this way, and then find the midpoint between those two and do that and kind of connect the two. And when I look at it, it looks like this. So it feels like he's planting his foot down and then he's going forward like that, and that's a down position, and his body's going down like that too. And for this one, you would have to, you'd have to make those arms do the same thing. So we'll put those out. You can see here what's happening. So I'm just going to eyeball this very quickly, but basically your hand is going to be kind of here, and your other arm is kind of in between like that, and then we'll find that arm in position here, and we'll try to just kind of get the shape of the hand like it's doing that. So now when you see this and you go back and forth, it feels like he's going down. Oops, I only have one frame of that. Let me just make another frame of this. And we'll close this one frame by going minus. And now we've got a complete, like 3 complete drawings there. And so you can see it feels like it's going, it's moving smoother now. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but because you can see how long it's going to take. But basically, that's all I'm doing is I'm just going to take number 3, 2 frames of that. These 2 frames here, I'm going to delete them, and then I'm going to put in number 4, drawing number 4. And that's what I'll do. And let's see, let me get rid of this. There we go. And yeah, and then it will be all smoothed out. And that's what an in-between looks like right there. So that's in between your 2 keys, and the more in betweens you have, the smoother it gets. So if it's still feels clunky to you, and again, this is going to be on 2s, so it'll look pretty natural. So yeah, so that's how a walk works. And when I play it at speed, you're actually seeing the beginning of the walk for those 3 drawings, and then it goes to choppiness. But you can still see that's what a pose test is. It's just showing you this. You're still having a placeholder for those in betweens, but you're not having to do all the work. And once you train your eye to see all this stuff, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, if you made it this far, please subscribe, push that button right there, and you can also see there's a couple other videos I've made. And thanks again for tuning in, and we'll do this again later. Let me know if you like this, if you'd like to see more. Did it help you in any way? Let me know.